Welcome everyone, I am Tim and this is The Controller. Thanks for clicking on Fallout 4, You Only Live Once. In the last part, we were able to make it further south than we ever have, made it to Diamond City, and also helped out the railroad just a little bit, and now we are en route to help the railroad further by setting up a Mercer safe house at Sunshine Tidings Co-op, which that is exactly where I want it to be, exactly nice and close, and Mechanical Menace has officially kicked off, but that is okay because that is part of the reason why we did Boston After Dark when we did. We are not going to go anywhere close to over there, so we don't have to actually do any worrying about kicking off the Automatron DLC. Now, we are going to be making our way back north now once again, and just sneak past this riptide as we haven't cleared that out once again. It is dark, so should be nice and easy to just boogie on past. Nothing to worry about there. Sanctuary Hills under attack. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get close to that and help them out. That's going to take a little bit too long to work our way up there. Even though I am planning on visiting Sanctuary Hills, hopefully Preston, Sturgis, and the gang can fend everything off altogether. And since we are going to be making our way towards Sanctuary Hills and making our way to Sunshine Tidings Co-op, I think actually what we're going to want to do is nip into the Cambridge police station and talk to Dance once again, and maybe we can go take care of ArcJet and the next quest in his docket, as that gets us about halfway over to Sunshine Tidings, and then from there we should be able to just keep on making our way to Sunshine Tidings to help out the railroad further. Oh, Dance with his lovely helmet put on does look so nice. And if you haven't been to the Cambridge police station before, back there's kind of an evidence locker room back here. Some miscellaneous stuff, good things that you can take. One thing in particular, we will take that mine for sure, is there are guaranteed military fatigues in here. So if you do want a guaranteed +2 agility, this is a very good place to grab miscellaneous drugs. Handcuffs are good for a screw, some buff out, and the like. Pretty good loot all in all in a police station, which makes a lot of sense. The nice thing about this mission is Dance is literally a roaming tank with his power armor, so he can take care of pretty much everything for us. We don't have to worry about really the synths once we get over to ArcJet, and everything along the way, the bloatflies, the raiders, everything he can just take care of, no problem.
Traveling this far from the police station is a risk, but getting that transmitter up and running needs to be our top priority.
Even though he can take everything, it is always good to still do a little sneaking just to make sure that nothing else is popped up. And this is always a new spawn once we get rolling with Paladin Dance. This time happens to be Scavenger, Battered Fedora. We'll take that for now. And just take pretty much everything that there is. Usually if some new ghouls come in, cue ball, don't have to worry, but ghouls once again can have some military grade duct tape if we are lucky. And got a new toy car. Well, la dee da. But coming up here, kind of under that little overpass, I guess, or walkway, there's going to be an ambush of a merchant and raiders. We don't have to worry about that. We can potentially pick off from a distance. You can see that they're there. That looks more raidery. Take a shot, sneak attack 2x, That will get everything kicked off. That will give me a little XP once they do in fact die. And if they decide to come this way, that was a terrible shot, all they will see is Paladin Dance. I mean, he is not stealthy at all. He's got a nice, bright, light on his power armor. Oh my goodness. Stop moving. Thank you. Still hidden. That might... That's got to be a raider, right? I don't think the merchants can ever live. If it's not, then I just declared war on a civilian, which is not going to be good. Yeah, Dance, we have a problem. You're not getting engaged and going closer at all, which I am doing long-range shooting. Let's work him up a little bit more. Those keep taking out the raider scum. One more coming in. Psycho. Missed high. And went behind some cover. But again, he should just see Paladin Dance. He's standing right out in the middle. 2% chance. Not going to take that. And he went onto the bus. If he wants to just poke out. Oh, I missed. Still only in caution. Shadowed gear at night is pretty much invisibility. And there we go. Finally saw Dance, who, yeah, literally is shining a light on the raiders. I don't know how the raiders just decide to disregard that completely. Raiders are not the brightest bunch. Ooh, buff out. Fantastic. That will potentially come in handy. I guess not so much in a you only live once as that artificially boosts endurance, which isn't going to actually be any good. We will take some of the ammunition for now and just keep making our way forward. Hopefully we have enough shots in our pipe sniper rifle here, which hard to know for sure if we will once we get in. But look at that pack Brahmin. Brahmin meat, faded visor, yes, sure, caravan guard. Dance can just keep talking lore or something about it. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna literally loot all of these guards and everything. Because why not?
Despite our setbacks, I don't intend to give up and head home, or end up missing.
Good for you, Dance. Yeah, I don't want to head home either. I want to go... Ooh, fashionable glasses. That's not really helpful, as I already have some, but that's all right. A fragmentation grenade can come in handy, though. Definitely be taking that. Now, once again, should be pretty good. Just be able to move forward. Next up, bloatflies. Then after that, dogs. And there is a possibility of having a random spawn coming in too. I have seen super mutants along this route before with Paladin Dance. So do have to keep our eyes peeled, as I've seen them walking along up there before. But we will for sure have dogs coming up further. But right now, we have bloatflies off to our right. And I don't see them right offhand. Alright, that's fine. Oh, there we go. There's a bloatfly. 60% shot. I would love it if Dance gets involved. So, looks like he's getting involved. Take two 50-50s. Maybe we'll get lucky. Good animation here. And we did take him out. Build up the crit. Start building up the crit. The other one should come in towards Dance, as I'm only in caution. One would think that it would know where we came from. Again, 50-50 shot. Unlucky. Whoa! Took a shot towards me. A little blind fire by the bloatfly. But here we go. Once we get into Diamond City, we're going to need a bloatfly gland. And that can be from any old bloatfly. We could make it be from this one here if we wanted to. Or we could grab the one back from Sanctuary. Back from, I think it was like episode 2 or 3. Where things got a little on the gnarly side. And almost took damage from a bloatfly. But here, let's get into a 10 millimeter. And if we just huck a grenade up there, did a little good work. Got a little XP. Might get the dogs coming out. And they absolutely will be running right at Dance. And we can maybe just help him out a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't come this way. I'm sure there are going to be more dogs yet. But that should be at least 3 taken care of. 1 from the grenade and... well, another 2 here, I guess. Flip lighter will take. Well, that might have been it. Grenade actually did some decent work this time. We will pick up that dog meat because we are going to want to make sure we have enough food. And of course, we'll pick up the rad stag meat as that is about the best meat in the game. And there we go. Just like that, we are at ArcJet. Now we'll be dealing with a lot of synths inside, but Paladin Dance will be able to just lead us right on through. Don't have to worry about really anything whatsoever, as Dance will do all of the heavy lifting for us. ArcJet.
There it is. ArcJet.
Get some dirty water, because why not? A couple folders. I'll pick up the desk fan for now. We might have to drop that down the road. There's going to be some decent loot and an insane amount of fusion cells in here. So with having the fusion cells, we are absolutely going to be starting to take on some weight just from the ammunition. All right, we are officially inside. Paladin Dance will keep giving us a little bit of lore and a little bit of backstory to everything. Like, speaking of in here, bunch of robots destroyed, which we will find out that it is from, in fact, synths. Now we'll just hang back, let Dance go forward. We'll pick up anything that might be of value, like oil from a gold-plated flip lighter. Sure, sounds good. You know, check these filing cabinets, and we'll just keep moving forward slowly but surely. The biggest issue is going to be in the first room, and once after we're through that, then everything should be relatively easy and straightforward. The biggest issue is I don't have a crit built up, and if everything goes according to plan, the synths will walk out here and just start taking on Paladin Dance. But there's really no cover whatsoever. We are going to need to get the password from the lab analyst here before we can actually open this lab control terminal, which will get that door to pop open. That door pops open and synths instantly come into the room. And depending on where Dance is, if Dance is standing over here, that's not going to be good, because they're absolutely going to be coming right at me, as they're going to be programmed to attack me. So I absolutely am going to need to go over to my most powerful weapon that I have, just for hoping to be able to take it out. Set a mine, and I don't know if this is going to be... Oh, crap, grenade. Sorry, Dance. I could have swore I switched over to A fragmentation mine. Well, if anybody ever wanted to, take Dance out right off the bat and throw a grenade and just make well, that could have been really, really bad. Okay, make sure what you have set is the proper thing. That is a mine. That is what I want to have laid down. All right, so now that we got hopefully that only mishap out of the way, I think we'll just grab that, eat and drink, and hopefully be merry. All right, opening doors. Hope for the best. Back up.
Let's get moving.
Is someone present?
Okay, please go for Dance. They're all running in. That guy has a gun. I'll work on taking him out. Ooh, is that going to take 3 shots? Going to take 4 shots? Oh, I am severely underpowered in here. My adrenaline must be super, super low. Oh, still more going on. Okay, yep, Dance, you deal with them. Luckily, we were able to take out one of the guys with a pistol, and the 2 batons, they came running right in at Dance. And I'm so happy that Dance didn't go hostile with my fragmentation grenade. That would have been just the ultimate oopsie moment for that. But again, we can just chill in the back, and Dance is doing phenomenal. He took the other one out, and yeah, it was taking a ridiculous amount of shots from me to take him out. So that's not what you want. Got a gas leak in here, but Dance will just keep moving on. If one happens to show themselves, sure, I'll take a shot, but I don't need to. Yeah, go for it, Dance. Take him down. You're doing great. We'll pick up all the fusion cells. We could go and actually, pick up this Institute rifle. We got, 47 energy cells, and if we picked it up, since they have already drawn their weapon, we could take what's in the clip, but I don't think we're going to need that many fusion cells. We could go and turn around and sell them all, but honestly, at this point in the game, we aren't going to be too pressed for needing fusion cells to run. And Abernathy Farm was under attack? I thought Sanctuary Hills was under attack. Were they both? That would have been unfortunate. But unfortunate, Abernathy took some damage. But again, fusion cells are handy to have for later on in the game, and we could turn around and sell it too if we so desired. But of course, always take apart those traps. Even though I can't set them off, it doesn't mean that a physics item might not set them off on accident. If I bump into a trash can and and it goes into the laser tripwire, that is always a possibility of setting off that too. Get some wonderful wonder glue out of there and just keep on moseying. We do have armor workbench we could work on. Of course, the chem station back there, weapons workbench, but we don't need any of that right now. We will take some ammunition though, and there's another hunting rifle. So we are getting into some hunting rifles. Maybe we'll get a legendary somewhere dotted around this episode. There's always a possibility, and maybe we'll get a legendary, just a legendary hunting rifle, which would be pretty handy to start transitioning over to that. But for now, I like that our weapon that we have. Dance has moved forward. Yep, turrets ahead. He's going to go instantly take care of them. And right over here, we have a Tesla Science magazine. Energy weapons permanently inflict plus 5% critical damage. Not useful right now, but later on in the game, once we get a lovely laser or plasma, that is absolutely going to come in handy. So Dance is doing really good work. You're doing great, dude. Keep it up. Keep it up. You just getting them all going on after him. Luckily, he can take it, as he is a big, strong lad. A lovely idiot savant, and 6 more rounds of 308. Some more ammunition, and it's almost tempting to start going over to a compensated powerful pipe pistol and switch it over to a rifle. That might actually do more damage than the 10mm pistol that I have. So 38 is super prevalent. Since it is compensated powerful, I guess that's not calibrated powerful, but we'll take it for now. We can always drop that on down the line too. But we might want to consider it since we haven't picked up any other ammunition for any other good potential day-to-day weapons. We just have this one sniper weapon, which is good, but can always do better. It would be nice to be able to rock like 3 guns, just so you know that you have enough ammunition that's dotted around. And there we go. Thought there was oil, but for now we can just keep rocking with our nice suppressor. Bobby pins, mentats, and continue onward. This is just a generic room, I believe. Yeah, more 308 though. Definitely take that. Muzzled and hardened pipe pistol. Nothing that way other than it will drop us down into this little elevator shaft if we decide to go that way. Once again, more mentats over here. More cigarettes and downward.
Engine course ahead. Should be our final stop.
This is a nice, quick little dungeon to be able to do. Super easy. Dance does all the work. All right, Dancy boy. Psycho and a carrot, yes, and yes.
Scribes would have a field day in here.
So this is fun being in the engine bay, and one of the things I really like to do is, well, Dance takes care of everything, but if you want a little bit more experience, go over to your weapons, make sure you are highlighted on fragmentation mines, which in fact it is. So we have 6 of those we can put out, and the synths will come down the stairs sometimes. They'll just run. They might, drop wherever. They might just drop down in the middle. So if you just kind of scatter some mines dotted around, they'll just go wherever. And did I put one right over here? Up there. Okay, so let's put one right there. And the synths won't actually come in until after we get everything started. So let's throw another one up here just for fun. Might be able to pick up a couple of those, but we'll be able to get some experience from this without having to actually dip our nose into any of the actual trouble. We can just come over here, and once we get the power going, start the engine, close the door, and let Dance fry and just watch things explode and gain experience, which that's about as free of experience as you can get. We'll take the fusion core for now, which taking the fusion core is odd that you can still fire it up, but I won't ask any questions. Just turn the auxiliary power on.
Engine core power restored.
There we go. Just come over here. First things first, let's, close that door. Start the engine.
Command accepted. Commencing 5 seconds.
And just watch. There we go. An explosion. Gaining some experience. And if it happens to damage another one as they run around, once Dance takes them out, I will get the experience for that too. But perfectly safe back here. Another 44 experience.
We've won.
And
Engine firing.
firing on.
Disappeared. Stealth capability.
Knock the rest of them out. And it's so amazing that Dance doesn't die and get his, you know, power armor fused, but he survives, so all's well that ends well. Now, you can take
Test
these
firing
out on your
completed
own
with
if
an
you
efficiency rating
so
of
desire with Dance without actually firing the engine. They do stop,
96.7%.
but one thing I will say to keep an eye on, right here, this will explode. So if you happen to come over here and be like, oh, I'm just going to stand off in the corner and pick them off as they run towards Dance, if they start firing at you, they hit this one time, that explodes, and you go kablooey. So take a quick look, see if we have any mines left over. Possibility of one up here. Yep. So we can have one frag mine left over, and here's just a lot more bodies in order to free up and get more fusion cells. Just ride the elevator on up, and hopefully Dance will let us out. He should continue upward, and as you can see, synths through the window. So
Past me.
Dance will run forward and hopefully start engaging them in the little corridor. If one decides to run in towards him, maybe I'll try to assist. Like if there's a shock baton. There's one. I'll give a little help. Not much help. And caution, not quite danger. And offward, but that hat does not look familiar to me. I wonder if I am actually still in charisma gear, which is very possible, other than some basic armor. And I want to go forward so bad to give a hand, but
I hope that's the last of them.
that is going to be the last of them. Let's take a quick look here. Got eyeglasses on. That's good. Nope, newsboy cap is what's going, and I have a yellow fedora. Okay, so I'm not used to wearing a fedora. No big deal. We are sitting good. Deep range transmitter. Yep,
Let's get out of here.
that's all we need for Dance, but we can continue looting this place. Of course, the chest, which has hit or miss on items. 7 more rounds, I will not complain on, though. Actually, a fair amount of decent stuff. The 10mm pistols usually sell pretty good for weight to value ratio. And pulse mine, yeah. Everything's looking pretty good, all things considered. Might be a little bit other stuff dotted around, but I think that is all we truly need. Got a lot of fusion cells and a little more purified water. Let's make like a baby and head out. And from here, Paladin Dance will in fact give me Righteous Authority, which unfortunately I won't be able to use. But that is a lucky laser rifle. There's a chance that we'll be able to pick one up later, and that is really good. It syncs very well with a VATS build, with being able to deal with criticals. You get your criticals faster, and you can really stack up that critical damage on top of it to really pack a wallop. But if we are super lucky, we won't get too close to the radiation barrels. And speak to Dance.
Excuse me, Paladin Dance?
Well,
So there we go, another 50 fusion cells, and yeah, Righteous Authority. Critical shots doing double damage, which they already do double damage anyway, so that's really starting to stack up on top of it. And the critical meter filling 15% faster certainly adds up too. This one has a decent stuff on it, reflex sight, beta wave tuner, you know, but not good enough to be able to strip it for its parts. So kind of the same thing that we did with the Deliverer. We will just hold on to that as kind of a little memento that we did this quest. Call to arms complete. Another 371 experience, getting close to the next level up. We agreed to join the Brotherhood with Paladin Dance, so he wants us to head back to the police station. We're not going to do that right now. Make sure that there's nothing coming. And let's just take a quick look at how much of our fusion cells that we actually have. So we had gotten a 50 from Paladin Dance, and we had picked up 210 just from the loose corpse. You probably could have gotten like another 100 to 150 fusion cells if we picked up all the guns and then just turned around and dropped them, but I didn't really feel like doing that at this point. So our next option is to head on over, set up the Mercer safe house, which when you take a look at the map, you know, we are in fact good halfway from where we were of Hangman's Alley. We made our way to ArcJet Systems, and we don't have that much further to go to get to Sunshine Tidings. So that is absolutely what we are going to do. Just make our way up the hill. It is a little unfortunate that it is now bright daylight, although it is a very nice day outside right now. But our shadowed gear isn't going to be doing very good work at this point. Blood bug hatchling, that's not a concern right now. I always not a huge fan of climbing up from down below. Gonna be more blood bugs here, I think. And speaking of, let's set our throwable back to fragmentation grenade. If we just make our way over this way, got a ghoul doctor in that sea of radiation right over there, so we're going to want to keep a little bit wider berth from them. But I know there are decently tough bugs in that little system there. And we got Duke in power armor. Okay, Stingwing, Duke. Listed in green. I'm not sure if he's going to be friendly or not. If he decides to go hostile, I can just run. But for now, he's marked in green, so he shouldn't go hostile super fast. If he even goes hostile at all. But we are getting closer to Sunshine Tidings already. Might have a little gunner encampment, but we've got the Lonely Chapel right there. And we got the nice Stonehenge over there, which can be nice behemoth. Anytime you see windmills up on overpasses, gunners love to be up there. So kind of keep clicking through. I'm not sure if VATS is detecting anything. Doesn't seem like it. Tired from lack of sleep. That's not too big of an issue right now. Ooh. I don't have a critical. How many are there? It's a legendary. I love legendaries. Oh no. If I bypass that legendary, that will be like my instigating whatever weapon. Okay, think this through. We dealt with dogs before. Drop a mine. Go back over to grenade. Ooh, is this... This probably isn't smart. Wild mongrel down there. Okay. Hold on. I don't want to throw that quite yet. Go into here. Let's get as good as we can be. Drink our purified water. Maybe I want to try to do a sneak attack if I can, but I also want them to run towards my mine. Wild mongrel. Okay, you're just... Ooh, are you the... You are the legendary back there. Okay. Are you gonna be standing still? Stop your spinning. I want to try to get your headshot. Oh, going down the hill. I probably missed my opportunity. Nope, I think that's you. Looks like only 2 of them. You're not the legendary. Ooh, you are the... Okay, legendary's down below. Just a regular wild mongrel up top. Maybe... Okay, back away, back away, back away, back away, back away, back away. We know he's there. Caution. Make sure I'm not walking into anything. I didn't hear an explosion. I would need a sneak attack on that legendary dog. I see my frag mine. Kinda. Okay, so if I just keep my eye on that, make sure nothing's behind me. Caution is fading. Took out the one dog. Caution fade super fast there. Perfect. So just make my way back to the frag mine. It is now my sole mission in life to take out another legendary dog. We got our powered armor, powered raider armor from another legendary dog. So if we can pick off another one. Okay, he's down there. Where are you going? Are you going to be heading back up top there, I think? And if that is the case, maybe I can just take a body shot, huck a grenade, and then just kind of hope for the best. Okay, he mutated. I didn't huck the grenade. Run away a little bit. Reload. Just keep backing away. We got him to... Okay, Duke's over there. Maybe I could run to Duke if need be. Just kind of standing out in the open. I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, oh, there's the dog. Way over there. He has no idea where I'm at. Yes, I know that's my frag mine, which is doing absolutely no good right now. Looks like the caution is fading. Did I just see him running that way? Okay, back to hidden. Okay, we got a good hit in on that legendary. A headshot might be able to take him out. And yeah, I was going to say I don't have a full crit right now. I'm actually just going to pick this mine up. Because the dog's not going to be running towards me. Maybe a decent throw? No, bad throw. Okay, here he's coming. Should be able to take him out. One shot. Fantastic. I think I would have had enough time to get a second shot off. And he's right by me. All right, was it worth the hassle? Was it worth it? Cunning Raider chest piece. Yes. Yes, it absolutely was worth it. These legendary dogs are perfect for the build. +1 agility and perception. Sign me up with cunning. That is more stealth. That is more VATS accuracy. That is more AP. That is what you want. Now, if it was on leather, once again, would have been better, but we will take a Cunning Raider chest piece 100 out of 100 times. In fact, with that, I am willing to give up just a little bit right now because we got that powered Raider right arm on from the dog. Let's take a look. We got lightweight shadowed metal chest piece, which is doing 17 and 9. However, 6 and 4, that is a huge drop down. But that agility, that perception, that is what we want. Definitely. That absolutely was the right choice to engage with that dog and take him out. You can see Sunshine Tidings up ahead. Got just a random machine gun turret there from the gunners. Let's do a loop around. Down below we got the National Reserve Stockpile yard. But if we loop our way over to the Lonely Chapel, the Lonely Chapel is guarded by only Brahmin. And Brahmin do not attack. Just take it easy, take it slow. You can see a lot of markers from the ghouls. That will be super easy to set up. But since we are so close already to the Lonely Chapel, I don't see any reason why not to go into the stockpile. Just take out a few raiders and we can get another sneak magazine. This is a lovely back entrance to that Federal Reserve stockpile. Open the door, potentially take damage from walking over skeletons, and go in the back entrance. And not going to be too bad. We're going to have, I think, red turret in here, another raider or two, and then it is going to be one turret to take out. Got that nice and close, and we do have our critical, so we'll just take a manual shot, knock that down. That draws a little attention, but nothing too crazy, and just back off into the shadows. If they want to come walking right into the bright light, that is fine, but nobody was the wiser. And we can just kind of do the same thing once again. Sneak a little bit closer this time. Red turret's going to be off to your right. Going to be maybe a second turret, and maybe it was only one other person in here. But red is right up in there. You can see the shadow. Ooh, ooh. Thought they might have been walking out. That is where we want to be, is up top there. Not seeing anything else, and I'm not really trusting of my grenade throws. Ooh, we have a chance. Okay, crit. Take them out right now. Back off. Okay, still in hidden. And now we don't have a critical, but I think that was worthwhile use of taking her out right now. There we go, another raider. That looks like a manual shot to me. And I think that's just going to draw the attention of a turret. But a turret can't stalk you and go look for you. And in the shadow, nobody should see us. And yes, that is in fact a turret. If we get line of sight, I will take a shot. Otherwise, just sneak in. Right in here. Might as well get the password just because. And yeah, they're starting to get into a little bit tougher weapons. Getting a heavy sniper rifle, that could do some serious damage to me. So that is definitely a reason why I'm going to want to keep working towards the railroad to get that ballistic weave. Excellent. But here we go. Nice and easy U.S. Covert Operations Manual, permanently more difficult to detect while sneaking. That will help the stealth as well. And we'll just take the pre-war food. Nuka Cherry. We'll just take all that stuff because we have the weight capacity at this point. And that's all. That's all we need to do. No sense of going any further in the dungeon, as this is the back door. And that is the main thing that you want out of this area. Just that sneak magazine. All right, sneak around these skeletons again. Now, what will the original thing of what we wanted to go towards? Sunshine Tidings. That's just going to have ghouls in it and some rad roaches shouldn't be too big of a deal to take care of. And you got Professor Goodfeels just being nice and groovy and jamming. So that is good. So I do believe, I think if you go in there and open a chest, 2 raiders will spawn down below here, and you'll instantly go into caution. So don't need to do that. We can just keep on heading to Sunshine Tidings, and we'll be able to set up Mercer's safe house. So we'll switch over to our tactical powerful 10mm. Ghouls shouldn't be an issue, even with a basic 10mm. If it is, well then I'm absolutely taking the wrong tactical decision. Gonna be 2 ghouls in here though, so let's actually... And yeah, okay, Sanctuary Hills was also under attack, and I failed both of them. Lovely. It is a roamer. Definitely want to use our more powerful weapon. Didn't wake up the other one, though. I'm not confident this will hit, but it does. Okay. So another good point about being here, especially as we are dealing with parasites. Sea Captain's hat, sure. Toy car, brain fungus, yeah, why not? Get some jet. But we can get this lovely wasteland survival guide.
Perfect.
Permanently collecting an extra meat from animal kills. So our rad stags that we take out, now instead of dropping 1, they will drop 2, which with parasites, I am going through the food nice and quick. So this will definitely come in handy. And a nice steamer trunk. Did not mean to take those shotgun shells, even with a combat shotgun there. And ooh, again, a lightweight shadowed leather chest piece. That would be phenomenal armor if we didn't just pick up our lovely, lovely cunning armor. So 2 ghouls down, just 3 more to go. Gonna be 2 more in that kind of middle-ish building, and be... Okay, so that's just showing the workstation. So we need to take out the ghouls that are over here, and then there are going to be some rad roaches too that we can take out. Come out this door. Got one on up top, just a basic ghoul. Goes down nice and easy. This one, wait for him to pop up, get a better shot, and that is a roamer. Ooh, gonna take 2 shots. And super close to the next level up now with that. That should be the end of the ghoul enemies, which we should be able to now officially claim this settlement. Postman uniform. I don't know why I picked that up. That's worthless. Come on, Tim. You are sometimes better than that. But we can actually get a good use and show the double meat in action once we start dealing with some rad roaches. Feral ghoul, need to use the John and died. Here we go, rad roach. Take that one down. Just the one in here. It sure appears that way. But we can take a look right now. Instead of a rad roach dropping 1 meat, it is now dropping 2. So that's going to be making life a little bit easier on the food front. Won't have to pick up absolutely every chunk of meat that we find, although knowing me, I probably still will. I'm not trusting that I'm going to hit. Alright. So there's going to be another one in here. Parched, no big deal. And if we are lucky, we can build a lovely water pump here as well. We'll need to get it set up just a little bit, but they should provide most everything that we need. since it is an official quest. Always a dead withered in the back here. Luckily, we got economy wonder glue this time. So that is good. Just a few more houses to check. We do have the medical one where we're actually going to need to lockpick. This was the first one we came to. Perfect. So it must be, this must be the medical one. Or actually that one over there, I suppose. No red roaches in here. Tuxedo, don't need that. This comes with plenty of clean beds here. So don't have to worry about having to set up anything as far as bedding. But a little novice lock door. Crack this open nice and quick, hopefully.
Yes.
Red roach there. Dead. One more, maybe? Why am I imagining 2 red roaches everywhere? That I am not certain. But surgical trade, that is lovely aluminum. Oh, carrying too much, carrying too much. Time to drop a few odds and ends. There, that's doing a lot better. I have enough room to pick up the rest of these drugs in here. And we are officially done working on clearing out everything. So now we can go claim the workstation. And we have now secured it. We need to build defenses. Okay, no big deal. I think... Ooh, they might actually not have enough stuff dotted right around. Level up, 50%. Just need a little bit more steel. Just scrap some of this stuff. There we go. We can build one more turret. It's going to take up our gears, but this is what we need to build our defenses. So now the caretaker will come here to deal with sense, and this is all they need. They just needed a little bit of defenses set up, and we don't need to do anything else. We could build a recruitment beacon, but honestly, no real reason to. Although, since we are here, water, we would need concrete and a gear. All right, let's hang on here. Is there something that we can gather? There's got to be. There was that fan in the house over here, I believe, from our nice medical station. And yeah, caretaker is here already. Yep, fan. Okay, take care of that. Now we just need concrete, and concrete, that can be a little tougher to come by, although there is a beautiful outhouse over here. Outhouses can, yes, come with cinder blocks, 2 concrete. So we can officially build a water pump. Might as well put that right on over by the cooking station. Got that built. Now we don't need to drink our purified water that we have. Just top us off here. And we have the cook station here. We picked up all that lovely, lovely meat. Just come on in here, and we got our grilled red roach we can make. Grilled rad steak from those dogs near ArcJet. Iguana on a stick. Sure, why not? But I know, yeah, 8. We have 8 mongrel dog meat. So we will just cook those up, and now we'll be sitting good for our parasites ribeye steak as well. And that is going to be it. Well, that is very nice. Very, very nice. In fact, let's just go ahead and eat right now. We can eat that grilled rad roach. We can eat a mutt chop or 2 or 3 to get properly fed. And we have a level up. Now this level 16, is an interesting level, as we are 2 away from the next rank of rifleman. We are 1 rank away from the next rank of lone wanderer. And if we had our agility up higher to begin with, we'd be able to take rank 2 of ninja. So it's very tempting to take the first rank of ninja. It's also tempting to take another rank of adamantium skeleton just for the ease and peace of mind, knowing that a lot less likely in order to take limb damage. And I mean, there's even just a base increase in power that we could take of Bloody Mess. Mysterious Stranger could make a lot of sense. Even more rank in luck, so we can start taking better criticals. Another rank of agility to continue to boost our AP that we have. But we are going to be starting to do a little bit more sneaking and sneak attacks, and the stealthier that we are, we'll be able to keep getting sneak attacks and being able to do a 2.5x normal damage. That is going to be a very good option for us. But now that we have set up Sunshine Tidings, we need to report back to Pam. But before we do that, I think it will be important to make our way up to Sanctuary, get Preston and Sturgis coming on down to Hangman's Alley, so that way they are closer for any quests that we may have. And then at that point, we should be able to loop back to the railroad and maybe keep working our way towards Ballistic Weave. But I think this is going to be enough for now. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and as always, thanks for watching and thanks for joining. And until next time, powering off.